Hello and welcome to the Fully Booked Penguin channel. I am Hannah and today we are doing episode 9 of Writing Nook. What are we going to be doing this episode? Well, I'm currently working on the last 3 chapters of my novella, the first draft, and then a general update with where I'm up to with some other things. Hopefully I get a whole heap of artwork and stuff back, book cover and stuff, so that I can just prepare and do all the announcements. So this video manages to cover all the stuff in the preparation. My next one will be the announcement video, which will have all the details in it. So I'm on to the last 3 chapters of the novella I'm writing. Technically, I should be on to my last 2, but I decided I would split one of the chapters into 2 chapters, so now I still have 3 chapters to go, which is very sad, but I think it's required. So that does mean it's added another week onto our schedule. Who knows whether I get to the last 2 chapters and just fly through with them. I've done 2 videos for the next 2 weeks anyway, so I don't need to be hurrying about doing filming or editing. I still need to do reading, of course, but in regards to, the whole editing side of things, I get to have a little break at least, especially since this video will be the next video coming out. My artist did say she should have my whole book cover done by the 20th, but there have been a few delays with the schedule so far, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens in regards to schedule of the book cover. We're going to have to do little images I want to revamp my Instagram, actually do my website. I need to redo my Facebook page. I need to make sure I update the acknowledgements page because I did show it to my brother to edit and make sure it's okay, and so there's just a few little grammar stuff in that needs to be changed. The map I've done, but I can show you how it changed and became what it is. So there's a lot to do and a lot that this little vlog will cover. Nothing specific, but it's all the prep stuff that needs to be done at some point, and so I'll record myself doing it. But yeah, for now, my novella is coming along. I was telling Mum that I forget things that I've written. So I've written the first draft of book 2. I have not a clue. Part of the joy of being such a forgetful person is that I do get to read my own books and be like, oh my gosh, don't remember writing that. Even though I definitely did. I jump between doing just sitting down and writing, or making a little notes on my phone, or writing in the physical book. So currently I'm going to sit down here in the sun for a bit. There's still a little bit of sun, and do some physical writing. I've been on the computer already this afternoon, and this will just help me map out a little attack plan, and then I can go back and do it digitally or type it up and add some more details and stuff. So that is what I am going to do right now. Also, finish my little jam pikelet and sip on my Sprite. I have completed project novella number 1. It's done. I may have cried. The tears may have happened. I'm so happy with the last chapter, or epilogue. As I say, I'm going to get my mum to tell me whether she feels that chapter 11 and the epilogue should swap or not. I think it would work either way. I think it works the way I currently have it, but if I shuffle a little bit around, it can happen the other way. But I feel like this is a good little epilogue. So, yeah, we'll see what my mum says. But it's complete. Currently, 32,446 words. And it's done. It's done. I feel like a good cry. I love these characters so much. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm sad. I'm going to come back to this story later. It's not like I'm saying goodbye forever, but at the same time. Gosh, just read the little intro again. Oh my goodness, love it. Okay, I'll get over myself. It's okay. There you go. First draft done. Yay. Oh, cute. So let's see how many weeks it took me to write a novella. Terrible angle, but I'll bring myself down. To fit. So I started it the first week of August, or the second, I don't know. From the 4th to the 10th, we did chapter 1, and we did 11 weeks. It's a chapter a week, and I completed the first draft of my novella. And that was after, so I finished first draft of my second novel 14th to 20th of July, and then I started in August, and it is now mid-October. So now I can go on to editing book 2. I can go back to it. I'm a little bit scared, a little bit excited. I could start on my next novella, but we'll see if I do that. I'll be busy doing some publication stuff for book 1 as soon as my artist finishes the front cover. As soon as that's done, I'll be publishing mode. So I don't want to bring in any pressure to do anything, but at the same time, if it's not for another couple of weeks, then I'll have the time to write and edit. Oh my goodness! So I've been doing the chapter a week since the start of the year. And currently I have missed only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 weeks I've missed. Most of them were in the first few months. So mid-January to mid-March, I just didn't do my chapters a week, which was, that's completely on me for not doing mid-January to mid-March. Otherwise, I've been writing a chapter a week. And really, those weeks are covered because I did double and a couple of triple weeks for my second novel. So if you just add a chapter to that, it works out that I am well ahead of schedule for my chapter a week. So excited. I've tasked my mother with reading the novella, the first draft. It might be second draft by the time my mum sees it. She's going to read the novella after she reads my published first book, and she's going to give me feedback, which I'm really excited for, so we'll see. I do think that doing a chapter a week, it doesn't feel as pressurized as writing daily, but you still get so much progress by doing a chapter a week, and you can see yourself write books. And it works with my chronic illness as well, so I highly recommend doing a chapter a week. It's great. So yeah, now I get to move on to editing my second book and maybe writing novella number 2, but I might have to draft it out. I might have to plot it out. So maybe I'll plot, but we'll see. I guess, as I say, have no clue. Oh, I got the rough sketch back for my book cover. I have my author website, but I need to make it cool. I need to decide on a release date, which will happen once I get my book cover back and everything. Instagram, copyright, ISBN, library copy. Yeah, that's all gotta happen. Formatting will be formalized. I feel like my novella will need a bit of editing. I need to add in a bit of detail. I think I have 8,000. Wait, what did I say the amount was? I didn't. I closed the document. Wow. So I have like 7,500 to play around with words. So I'll add a bit of description, I think, 2 scenes. But otherwise, yeah, that's my novella. And yeah, the next one's this one. Cute. So proud. Okay. So sometimes the greatest laid plans in your head, sometimes they don't exactly come to fruition. So this video started out as one thing and is slowly becoming, I don't know what it contains, which does seem to happen a lot. I have learnt to, go with the punches. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. The Lord makes things happen some way and you're like, okay. And that happens a lot with my personal life. Most of my life is just saying, Lord, you've got it, because nothing that I've planned seems to go the way I planned. And I know yours is better. Hopefully. No, it is, but sometimes. Okay, so let me just run down. Let's just have a little chat. What to tell you. My book cover artist is taking a little longer than scheduled. That's pushing back everything else that I can do to debut book 1. She's still going to be finished near the very start of November. If I was going to do my original release time of early December, that gives me less than a month to make sure everything's okay. Originally, I wanted to release the book in time for people to buy it as Christmas gifts if they wanted to. However, that's not going to happen. I have concluded that maybe if I give myself an extra month, I can market and have it ready for sometime in early January instead. And I figure because it's school holidays, maybe I can do an event at my local library, do a little chat, book launchy party there. I do have to go and talk to them about it, which is nerve-wracking. I think giving myself a little extra time will be good. As I say, this is the first book, so with later books, I might be able to tease and market a bit earlier. But because it's the first one, I kind of want to have my book all together for like a big launch. Like a launch of my author name, everything, all within a little short period. Rather than promising something here and then a year later you finally get it, I would just rather announce what it is and everything all at once. Even though I have been doing these vlogs, but it's not like I've been saying the book name or anything to this point. So the advised thing is we're going to go with January. School holidays, hopefully a little book launch event. If not, we'll still do it then. But it also gives me an extra month to get in like proof copies and make any changes without feeling like overwhelmed. So I think I will do a separate video for when I get my book cover in, so I can format it and do all the production side. But then I'll also have the launch video probably before that one, as in the announcement of rundown of every single thing. I'll be putting it on social media too, hopefully. So we'll see. As I told Mum, I'm sort of just praying about it, and whoever reads, whoever comes in, and if not. On better news, I have started my new work in progress, which is indeed another novella. Second novella in the novella series. I'm not sure I'm sharing what it's about because you need to kind of read the first of the other series. Oh, they're connected? Yes. I am super excited for book 2. There's some characters in this who I've had the inkling of their relationships for a little while now, and writing them is just so much fun. It was funny because last week I was like, wait, do I have any idea what this second one is about other than the rough gist? And I was like, I don't think so. And then that evening, I just sort of brainstormed. So much daydreaming and stuff came to mind. And then I sat down to write chapter 1. Because sometimes I just need to start the book and all the ideas come to me as I write. I can't plot anything until I've started because I just have nothing to go on. So I started writing and it came to me, and there are a few gaps in it, but as I write I think they'll fill in. And I think I've actually kind of written the ending. Book 1 I wrote and I had the ending well before I finished the book. The final rundown I had in my head. Also, if you hear the rain, welcome to the rain. Book 2 didn't have the ending. Like, I knew how it would wrap up, but I didn't have the ending written. I kind of just wrote it as I finished the book. Came to me as I wrote it. Novella number 1, I had an idea of how I wanted to do it, but also I don't know which chapter is going to be where. Like, they can swap, so I'm going to get my mum to tell me which ending is the better ending. And then this book definitely have the ending mostly written before I've written the book. Obviously I don't have a specific formula to how I write the books because it changes all over the place. But yeah, this one is so much fun. We're in a different sort of area, so we get to see different people, some familiar faces, some new faces, and yeah, I love writing them so much. I also want to start editing book 2, but I feel like I should just do a rundown, note down characters and their character arcs for the book and that sort of thing, and then I can sit down and actually edit. But as soon as my art is in, I will be doing all the production stuff. So I don't know how much time I'll have to work on editing. I will still be trying to do my chapter a week for the novella, which if I succeed in doing the chapter a week, I may not quite, but may be close to wrapping up novella number 2 by the end of year 2. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, I'll have so many first drafts ready to be edited. But this whole series and world is just so much fun to be in. I was telling Mum that I do have other ideas outside of this world, but when you have such beloved world and characters, you kind of don't want to leave them. And I'm like, it's gonna come to an end, Mum. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, not for a long time yet, but like I still got all these books to write that I have planned out, but it's It's just like I'm gonna have to say goodbye at one point. The suffering we go through as authors, and it hasn't even happened yet. It's all in our heads. Crazy. But yes, a little bit disappointing about pushing back my ideas. But the good thing is I never announced that I was definitely doing it in December. That was more just a hope. I hoped to do it then. But pushing it back because I haven't announced it, then that means nobody's going to be sitting around there saying, you promised the book in December, and I'm like, I had to push it back. Nobody but my family know that, and maybe a few of my friends, but otherwise we're free to do it. And now you guys know that it's not going to be December, so I guess, yeah, self-publishing is a hassle of its own, but at the same time I think doing it the other way, where you have such a longer process and you don't have control, like creative control over front covers and all that, for me, I feel it's a better suit. I think it's a better fit for me to do it as a self-publishing, just because I have the creative freedom, I own everything, I don't have to give a company anything. So a few ups and a few downs are happening at the moment, and we're going to get through. I am so sorry if this Writing Nook is all over the place. I guess it does capture my writing journey accurately. Writing Nook is just capturing my journey. It's not meant to show everything going perfectly. It's there to show what I'm experiencing and like chronicling it for me. So it's doing its job. I just sometimes wonder if it's still like entertaining to the people. Here's the honest, raw journey that I am going through to become a self-publishing, i.e. an indie author. My debut as an indie author. I keep saying self-publishing, but it really is indie now. So indie, I'm an indie author. I don't think it will feel real until I'm holding a book, to be honest. The moment I'm holding that book, that will be the moment it really kicks in. So all this, you know, when to release it and stuff, will become such a past memory when all of that is happening. But until then, it's the little disappointments, the little wins. So if you're going through a similar patch, or, you know, you're planning to do it, or you have done it and you had any sort of thoughts and moments yourself, please share them below, or, you know, message me on Instagram at Fully Booked Penguin, which will change the name of soon. I'll still be Fully Booked Penguin, but I will have my author name. As soon as everything's set up, it will all be launched. But until then, so I'm here, I'm preparing some stuff. Well, you know, preparing is a very light term. I am organizing something. I had an idea, so I'm arranging it. Is what I'm trying to say. A while ago, let me check the dates on this thing, because I do know. Back in 2016, 2016, you heard that right, 2016, just over 9 years ago, I had a mock book cover created. And of course now I'm changing my author name, and the art does have my old author name on it. But I'm getting a new cover, of course. So I decided I can still use this in my promo material. In my announcement stuff, I can still use it for all of that. And so I'm making a little border for it and a little Instagram template. So I can post all my stuff when it comes to that point, which is hopefully going to be November, but who knows? It's not up to me, but I decided I should get together and do this, because I was wondering what art I could do that wasn't the book cover, so I can still tease some stuff before I say here, and here's the book cover. And I realized I had this art of the book before, so you get the vibes of it, and it is my character. I'm pretty happy I remembered what the heck I did back in 2016, way back in the day. I could give you a teaser. I could give the YouTube people a little teaser. I'll put it up on screen. Here is an image I had created for my first debut book, which is going to be seen on Instagram. There she is! There she is! And you're like, wait, it's a back view. Exactly. Anonymity. So you can definitely tell it's like fantasy, bit of medieval vibes there, can't you? With castles and nighttime and cloak and dagger. Except there's no cloak, but there is dagger. Well, there you go. Ooh, ooh. A little sneak peek into what kind of book it might be. There it is. Anyway, so I'm doing like a cute little border for that image. Doing like one with a more dulled background so I can put words over it. I'm just trying to decide between two because I can have one that's a little bit brighter, the imaging, or I can have one that's just very dull. So that's what I'm doing. I'm organizing at least the background images for my posts. I will have to film reels, but I'm going to do that when I'm a bit more classy looking and not suffering, because currently I am. I'm suffering so bad. So I thought I'd just check in and tell you that. Fun vibes, you get the vibes now. I think because I don't have everything ready to go yet, so it feels like it's not going to happen anytime soon, but in reality, over the next, I'll be able to tease the book over the next couple of months, film reels, do all that, as well as, organise all the documents to go off on this documenting time and off to the library so it can be like, oh, okay, here's the book, it's all legally up to goodness. And then, yeah, choosing a release date once I'm firmly settled. It's only a couple months. I realised my last clip was a bit saddened. It was more announcy. So this will go on the back of my announcy bit. This is episode number 9. Number 10 should hopefully be announcements. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Anyway, okay, so thank you for joining me in this hogposh of episode number 9 of Writing Nook, where we're getting there. We're almost ready to announce my debut and everything, which is both nerve-wracking and exciting. So I hope you're all excited. If you are also debuting or wanting to debut, you're still writing, be sure to connect. I love connecting. So until next time with a big announcement, peace!
티니 로그 끝.